Fuck. Neuronymous.
Hey, boys and girls, this is Neuronymous with a new episode. This is actually kind of a breath of fresh air. I was working and I was having a really rough time at my job. A lot of tough customers after the holidays. They don't get what they want, and they come snapping their teeth at you. I had a few live ones today and yesterday, several of them. I'm lucky I made it out alive. But no, they're giving us my job. They're giving us an hour of off the phone time to do as we please, which is awesome. So I gotta tell you about, I'm obviously Jewish. We've talked about this, and we still celebrate the holidays with my wife's family. And I gotta say, I had an amazing time. I got a bunch of movies and some, and you ready for this? I got a new microphone. So now, providing I know what the hell I'm doing, I'll be able to plug in two mics, so that way my guests will have their own mic to talk into, and the sound quality will be better, and it won't be quite as shitty sounding. So that's great. I'm really excited about this. So that night though, getting back to Christmas though, or Chrismica as some would have it. If you're an OC fan, you know what I'm talking about. Coming back from the cities, my wife had me drop her off at a friend of hers who's fostering a dog and her litter of puppies. The dog's litter of puppies. I think they're like a few weeks old or whatever, and my wife just handed me this little puppy. I think like maybe 3 weeks, 5 weeks, 2 weeks, I don't know. But it was a little one, and I guess he was a nervous pooper. But he didn't poop on me, which is great. But he's swaddled in this cloth, and I don't know what happened, but something just came over me. I felt, it's like, I don't know if I never thought I had like real parental instincts. To be completely honest, we'll flash back. My first experience with kids was back at like a little preschool Jewish day camp. And the first day I was there, I was in the baby pool with the kids trying to watch over them. And like it became like this weird Children of the Corn situation where they overpowered me and like were trying to hold me down underneath the water. They ganged up on me, these kids. They're like 4 or 5 year olds. Which, if it's one or two of them, that's fine. I can handle it. I can be like, hey, no, Jimmy, don't do that. That's a no-no. But like when there are like 15 of those fuckers, like trying to hold you down, there's no coming back from that. Then I became Godzilla, and I came out of the water like, and like there's this splashed a giant wave of water at these kids, and some of them made it out of the pool in good shape, and others didn't. So I didn't. Just judging, and I was sent to the principal's office, which is weird because I was one of the counselors / volunteers or whatever, but I got sent to the principal's office. My mom had to come pick me up, and I got lectured. No splashing the kids, Hal. You can't splash the kids. They're kids. They're 5-year-olds. They don't know any better. Well, you know what? They did know better because they knew enough about how to drown a young adult. That was me. They knew how to drown somebody by holding them under the water. And I'm sorry, if it comes between me, my life, and those little fuckers, those kids, it's gonna be me. Okay? So I'm just putting that out right now there. So that gives you a little bit of background as far as my experience with children. Sometimes kids just, after a while, like especially kids now, all they do is they just like, there's this one kid, right? And all he ever does, he comes up to me, first thing he does is, hey, can I have your phone? Can I have your phone? Can I have your phone? Why? I want to play a game. I want to play Angry Birds or whatever the newest game is. And I'm like, no, you can't have my phone. It's my phone. Get your own phone. Go get, go get your own phone plan, this is my phone. I play games on my phone, all right? And my phone, as I said in a previous podcast, looks like it's been in an adult movie theater without a raincoat, all right? So no, you can't have my phone, little man. So anyway, getting back to this whole puppy thing, okay? That was like a little rant, wasn't it? Oh gosh, I feel so much better now. I was getting really, I was about ready to leave my job early because it was too much stress and anxiety and people yelling at me and just, oh God, it was just awful. But I'm lucky I have a job, so I love my job. Please don't fire me. So anyway, so I'm holding this dog and it's swaddled in the cloth and I'm just holding it. And I never, like I said, I never thought about 2 years ago, as I've said, I thought I was going to be a dad, and I didn't end up becoming a dad, and that's been really hard. And so when my wife handed me this little bundle of joy that was sleeping, even though it was a dog, I was trying to prevent him from waking up and crying, and because it was separated from its brothers and sisters, and I was just singing it songs, and I was like rocking it back and forth, and just I sang MLK from U2. I sang Hold On by Tom Waits from his album Mule Variations, great album. I just sang a bunch of different songs to it, and I watched it close its eyes and sleep, and I'm trying not to get emotional here, but that I realized that night that I don't want to not be a father. I don't want to go through this life not being a dad, because that was one of the best feelings I've had in a long time. And I want to be able to hold a child, a little boy, a little baby boy, a little baby girl, and I want to hold it and sing it songs at night and let them know and make sure they know that they're okay and they're safe. I want that. And so we spent, and after that was over, let me collect my feelings a little bit here. We went into the bathroom where all these puppies were. They were in a little bathtub, and we made a little barrier. I made a joke that because we had to keep the puppies from going on, we took them out of the bathtub and we put them on the ground outside the bathtub, and we put towels and pee-pee and poopy pads on the ground, whatever. And I was there to block their way from getting to the onto the linoleum, or the tile in the bathroom, And I said to my wife, I said, "Wow, this is like Trump land, and I'm the wall." I don't know if that was. My wife thought that was really funny. It's not funny in real life because it's fucked up, completely fucked up, that we're even considering building a wall. It's just ridiculous. But we're not going to get into that because that's not what this episode's about. But I found my calling, and that's to be a dad, And the lady who is fostering these dogs, I don't know if she's gonna keep fostering them. I think they've kind of it's lost its luster a little bit, and I think she's kind of those little puppies have driven her crazy, which I understand. I mean, that it's a lot of dogs. And I don't know what we're gonna do, but apparently we might be fostering these dogs starting tonight. I don't know what the plan is. I'm not sure, but I can tell you that it's going to be like a complete shitstorm literally and figuratively. But I'm actually really excited, and I hope it happens because, our dog, Jasper, he's not a dog person. He does not like other dogs, except my parents' dogs. And that is just a whole weird scenario unto its own. All he does is, try to hump one that just doesn't want to be humped. All he does. That's all he does. He humps my parents' dog, Butchie, all the time. Whenever we take Jasper to Omaha with us, he just humps the shit out of their dog, and it hurt. And it's not. You'd think it'd be funny, but it's not, because Jasper has a bum leg because he was abused when we first got him, and he had a torn ACL that he had to have surgery on. So he has a bum leg. So him humping for 24 hours, for 3 to 5 days is not good for him. But so we might be taking these dogs over. And in other news, we also got a new adoptive parent counselor, because the one we had was, well, for lack of a term, shitty and incompetent. She wasn't responsive to our calls. So in this new year, we're getting one that's really, we wanted her to begin with. This adoptive parent counselor, who's, she's going to be basically our go-between if a birth parent, birth mom or birth whatever, wants to get in touch with us. She's going to be our go-between and be our eyes and ears and help us with the adoption process. Hopefully this will be our year. Cross your fingers. But yeah, I really hope to become a parent this year. Nothing was made more apparent, so no pun intended, than what occurred on Tuesday night, Christmas night, on the eve of Christmas night. So not Christmas Eve, but Christmas, the evening of the 25th, for God's sake, Jesus. So, yeah, and again, I'm really grateful that I've made this amazing new friend, Sarah. She's honestly been kept me sane the last few days. She's been listening to my posts, which is really cool, and yeah, I really enjoyed chit-chatting with her and kind of just schmoozing with her throughout the day, and it's been kind of a pleasure to have finally again a friend. Even though that we're hundreds of miles apart, a friend to talk to and bullshit with, but life is good. So the movies I got, I'm not trying to brag, but I'm pretty excited. I got A Quiet Place, which I saw in the theaters, great movie. I got Deadpool 2. I got Deadpool 2, and I got Peppermint. I got Peppermint, which was a great movie, and I got Mission Impossible Fallout, which is probably one of the best action movies I've seen in several years. I mean, it's just fantastic. And people talk shit about Tom Cruise. People talk shit about a lot of people. Nicolas Cage, Tom Cruise. And you know what? I'm not going to make any excuses for Tom Cruise. He's crazy. I mean, but here's the thing. I have mixed feelings about the whole Scientology thing, because here's the thing. It's a religion. I mean, we may not buy into that religion, and yes, it has some shady shit, but what religion doesn't? And who are we to basically say, no, that's not a real religion, or, that's a fake religion or phony religion, or, they're it's a fucked up religion. Who are we to say that, But that being said, I recently read an article that Tom Cruise is no longer allowing non-Scientologists into his home, which to me, kind of, to a certain extent, I mean, there's a little bit of anti-Semitism there, because I mean, I'm a Jew, right? Does that mean I'm not allowed in there? I mean, I guess he's an equal opportunity offender. I mean, aside from unless you're a Scientologist, but I don't know. He's just getting crazier. But here's the thing: he's one of my favorite actors, and I think he's an amazing actor. He's an amazing performer, and unlike some people, I am able to separate the man from the artist from the man. I mean, I can do that. I don't know. Some people just don't have that ability. But I like I said, I'm the same way with some of these, like Louis C.K. I talked about him in another episode. I think he's a brilliant comedian, and he did a bad thing several years ago. He admitted it. He copped up to it. And, we'll see how that goes. But Tom Cruise, I mean, he's just like, ever since that whole couch jumping thing that happened, I don't know if it was on Ellen or was it on Ellen or was it on Oprah? I feel like it was on Oprah. But either way, it was crazy. My dad and I were having a conversation, and to be honest, there really aren't any movie stars anymore. I mean, there really aren't. I mean, you're either part of a franchise or you're not. Even somebody like, say, Chris Hemsworth, he can't, nobody's going to go see a movie because Chris Hemsworth is in it. Nobody, Tom Cruise used to be a movie star. Mel Gibson used to be a movie star. Nicolas Cage used to be a movie star. But nobody's going to go see a movie just because they're in there. That's what makes a movie star, is if that person's star power alone, just their name, even Julia Roberts now, nobody's going to go see a movie just because Julia Roberts is in it anymore. I mean, I'm starting to think that Ryan Reynolds might have that spark. But again, it's hard to tell because he's Deadpool. Nobody goes to see a movie with Hugh Jackman because Hugh Jackman's in it. Although, if you look at movies, say, like The Greatest Showman, which I think is one of the best musicals, if not the best musical in the last, 20 years, next to Moulin Rouge, it's really hard to tell who's a movie. I mean, I don't think there are any movie stars. I think they're all gone. I think they're dead. Yeah, I mean, it's really kind of sad because you're either part of the Marvel franchise or the DC franchise, or you're just, you're a character actor, or you're an actor who happens to have a bigger name in a movie. But nobody's going to go see that movie because your name is in it, because your name's on the marquee, So movie stars, as far as I'm concerned, are dead. But, gosh, we really strayed from the initial topic, which is the puppies. I will say this, though. I'm getting really excited about some of our guests that are coming on. I don't want to spoil it, but if you are from Omaha and if you ever listen to the band Tilly and the Wall, I've got a special episode coming on, not with them, but with one of the band members. She was the lead bass guitarist and one of the singers, and I'm just really excited. And I also got another comedian, and I've got a comedian next week, and it's really a lot of comedians, a lot of singer-songwriters. Like I said, I love learning about the process, and I didn't expect, I don't expect, I have absolutely no expectations as far as how far this podcast is going to go. I mean, things might go really well, and I might get some really cool people to interview, or, I might just talk to you like this, They're like fireside chats, except I don't think Franklin Delano Roosevelt said the F word when he was doing those. But anyway, I hope everybody has a great weekend coming up. I have a special guest on tomorrow. He's the lead guitarist for a band called Sinister. His name is David Jorgensen. I don't know if I pronounced that name correctly. I don't know. It starts with a J. Very Swedish looking. Could be Jorgensen. I don't know. Hopefully you guys will tune in, and this weekend that will be out, and next week we'll have some more interviews, and I'm sure I'll do another solo episode. So anyway, really hoping to be a father this year. And I apparently love holding and swaddling and taking care of puppies. It's really weird. I think I had a dream about it once, and about holding a puppy like that in my arms. I don't know. But anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and as always, keep it real and live it one day at a time.
Yes.